Hey guys, Tony here from Maryland and Delaware Herping. As you can kind of see, I'm in Newark, Delaware right now at Curtis Mill Park. This is a favorite spot of mine kind of year round, but you can see it's fall time, so obviously we're out of the season of snakes and turtles and pretty much most things except for a few amphibians. But with the season being over, I had been working all summer on a video to put together for you guys that was featuring my 5 favorite local reptiles. I might do one maybe next season, 5 favorite local amphibians, but for right now it's local reptiles, and I had been collecting different clips throughout the summer. There was one though that I wasn't able to get a preferred clip of, and it's probably going to shock you, but it'll be in the list. But I hope you guys enjoy this. Like I said, it being the off season, I'm kind of, not able to make videos like I was just because there's not as much out. But I hope you guys enjoy this one. And here we go, starting off with my number 5 favorite local reptile. Hope you guys enjoy. So, number 5 on my list of my 5 favorite local reptiles is surprisingly not a snake. I know everybody thought this top 5 was going to be nothing but snakes, but it's not. It's actually the species this cutie belongs to. This is a juvenile, let me get a better angle of it, eastern box turtle. There's a little bit of garbage in this patch of weeds right here, and she's made her home right there. I think this might actually be a juvenile male, so it's a little boy. But they do get bigger than this. Obviously they're called box turtles because they can sink into their shell like that and pretty much close up everything as a defense mechanism, because he's probably thinking, is this guy going to eat me? Which the short answer is no, I'm not. And it's the long answer too. I can never hurt one of these guys. But one of the reasons these guys are my favorite is because there are only terrestrial species of turtle in this area. Every other turtle we have in this area is fully aquatic or semi-aquatic. These guys can go soak in water, and they like to do that on hot days, but generally they like to walk around on land where they'll eat grass, they'll eat different fruits and vegetables they find, flowers, different bugs, slugs. They will even eat like carrion, leftover dead animals that something else killed. They are true garbage disposals. But yeah, they are not a member of the tortoise family. A lot of people kind of assume that they are just because they're terrestrial, but they're pretty closely related to our other semi-aquatic species like cooters, sliders, and painted turtles. But I love these guys. I always think it's good luck seeing one. But yeah, you'll see these guys crossing the road. If you can help them out, always try to put them on the right side of the road. But not too much else to say other than I love these guys. Always a pleasure finding one. They have such beautiful shell patterns too. Hi. You're my 5th favorite, but today you're my favorite. How's that make you feel? He's like, can you put me back under my cover, please? Absolutely. But yeah, number 5. So for my number 4 reptile on my favorite local reptiles list is this one. This is the northern racer, sometimes called the black racer. A lot of times people get it confused with the eastern rat snake, which to me, they're so different, but I can see why people do that. These guys have that jet black pattern. It almost looks like a dark indigo blue at times, and it's cool because they kind of look like indigos, just smaller. But these guys are such an intelligent snake. They rarely take their eyes off you. Yeah, they're more likely to bite you, but I mean, I don't care because, I mean, one, it doesn't hurt that bad. They're such an impressive species. They'll eat other snakes. I mean, they can be hell on garters and milk snakes and stuff like that. Unlike eastern rat snakes, they're not constrictors. They're more like indigos in that sense, where they just overpower stuff and swallow it whole. If they can conquer it, they're eating it. And that's, like I said, they're so fast. They're so alert. I mean, I love finding these guys. Like I said, I didn't put them as my favorite snake to catch, but, you know, top 3, top 4, absolutely. But yeah, there's no way these guys wouldn't be on my top 5 list. You can find them in all the surrounding area of Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, Jersey. Just a matter of looking. But yeah, definitely in my top 5 favorite reptiles. And this one's beautiful. So we're going to release her back under her board. Awesome. Northern Racer, number 4. Okay, so my third favorite local species of reptile here in Newcastle and Cecil County. Cecil County mainly because that's where I live. Mainly, my God, I can't even talk right. Probably because I'm so excited that I found this one. This is the rarest species you're going to see on this list. So without any further wait, here you go. This is the eastern milk snake. And this was the animal on my list that I was most nervous about when making this video because they can be so hard to find. And I was literally just about to go for a run, and I was in kind of a newer area of the county, and I saw some random tin. And anybody who herps, whenever they see random tin, they say, I gotta flip it. And this beaut was right under there. Now, unfortunately, this one's about to go in the shed, but I think you're still beautiful. Now, these guys are constrictors. They are members of the king snake family. And that's really why they made this list. Number one, like I said, because they're rare, they're such a cool find. Whenever anybody finds an eastern milk snake, they have to take pictures. They got to tell people about it. So that's a big factor too. But like I said, the other one is because they're a king snake, and you know, where I live, we don't have any other species of king snakes other than technically the eastern king is native to here, but they don't get spotted in Cecil or Newcastle County really. So, but I mean, on top of it, just look at this beautiful pattern. Adults like this, even when they're not in shed, tend to be a little bit more chocolate colored like this, where the babies will have vibrant red and white patterns. But I mean, this is a beautiful snake. So it would be impossible for me to have a list of 5 favorite animals in Cecil and Newcastle County and not have these guys on here. But yeah, eastern milk snake, if you ever find one of these guys, consider yourself lucky and take pictures and respect them, because I absolutely love them. But yeah, eastern milk snake, number 3. He's like, that's it? Yeah, but I still love you. Okay, so it turns out that number 2 for my favorite local reptile species is the one that I don't have the in-person footage of right here. But this was the last spot where I saw one, and it was swimming in there, and that's like really deep sand right here, and there were a lot of stickers, so it would have just been hard to get in there and grab it and then film it. And of course, I'm talking about, some of you might have guessed this by now, the common snapping turtle. We'll put a few pictures up here of the different ones that I did find earlier this year. And then as soon as I decided to make this video, of course, I did not find any of them. It was just, that's how it worked. I looked and looked, but you know, it's just the way the universe works. And it's funny because it's something I usually see all the time. But getting back to the point of this video, a lot of you are probably surprised that a turtle instead of a snake is my number two. But I have always had a love for the common snapper. They're without a doubt my favorite turtle species, just in so many ways. I mean, you look at them and it's just like you're looking at a dinosaur. The way they move, the way they act, everything. Anybody who loved dinosaurs as a kid has to love a common snapper. And, they're garbage cans. They eat anything they come across, anything they can overpower. They're great survivors. They live for basically longer than humans. And I've just always loved them. It is something that I would consider in the future as a project for maybe a pet if I can get the right enclosure. But yeah, there's not much else to say. Like I said, second favorite local reptile species. Second favorite herp, really. And without a doubt, my favorite turtle. Like I said, I wish I could have had some in-person footage here of me handling one, but that's just not how it worked out for this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, number two, common snapper. So for my favorite local reptile species, number one on my list. Probably wondering, why am I in a bedroom? Well, this is my bedroom. Now, if you know me personally or you've watched some of my other videos, you can probably see where this is going. But without wasting any more time, I want to show you my favorite local species of reptile. Right here. If you don't know, this is an eastern rat snake, otherwise known as the black rat snake, or as a lot of people just call the black snake, like I said, black rat, whatever you want to call it. But the term that's most used is eastern rat snake. This is my pet, Geraldine. I've had her for 15 years, and she is a joy. She gets really inactive around this time of year, similar to how rat snakes would be in the wild. So, she doesn't do too much. If you notice, she's kind of slow moving at the moment, just kind of chilling. I just took her out of her enclosure. That's her enclosure right there. Still got a bunch of hides and everything. A water dish back there, but this isn't really a pet tubing video. It's more of a, I just decided to use her. She's mad because the last video I did this past spring, when I was featuring the three most common snakes in Cecil and Newcastle County, I used this wild caught rat snake you can see right here. And she was mad that she wasn't in that video, so she demanded that she be in this one. But so many reasons why these guys are my favorite local reptile species. I don't think I could cover it in these next few minutes, but I mean, for starters, they're our largest snake species. There are some records of them getting over or up near 7 feet, but that's kind of an outlier. A real big one usually gets around 6 feet. Her fully stretched out, she's about 5 feet. They are constrictors. They're, along with the milk snake, there are two species of constrictor in Cecil County. I mean, and they are just beautiful. They get called black often, but you can see where they've still got this kind of almost grayish pattern with a little bit of white and then some black. Some are darker than others, but rat snakes come in a lot of different sizes. But they're so great. They have great personalities. They're pretty much like the best pet control. They eat mostly mice and rats and other rodents. They will eat birds and bird eggs too, but they do love to prey on mice and rats. I mean, I've loved these guys ever since I got into herping. Um, I always felt lucky to have one as a pet. Like I said, I rescued her back in high school. I had some outside cats, and she had just hatched, and they were kind of tossing her around, and I was able to get over there and save her before they could kill her. And she wasn't busted up too bad, and I figured, oh, I'm going to keep this snake. I really wasn't too into, herping or keeping pet snakes at the time. I was only like 16, 17. And yeah, 15 years later, here we are, and I'm so glad because, like I said, this is my favorite species. But as you can see, they're great to handle. Um, you know, just beautiful pattern. And they're such an impressive looking snake. They're great climbers, great swimmers. I can't say enough good things about black rat snakes or eastern rat snakes, whatever you want to call them. But definitely my favorite species. Even when I started to make this list, I knew that they were going to be number one. I didn't know where the others were going to fall in, and some of them were, debated. I had like two that got cut and replaced with others on the list, but I knew these guys were going to be number one. I love them, and I love her too. Just great snakes. But yeah, this is my number one favorite species of snake. Beautiful. Well, favorite species of reptile, local reptile, but favorite species of snake too. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'm sure that some of them really didn't surprise you that much, but maybe the order they were in. I'm going to keep trying to put out more of these top 5 or maybe 5 things to do when herping, or 5 things that suck about herping. Maybe let me know in the comments, what type of video you guys want in the off season, because like I said, there's really not too many snakes or even amphibians to find once December hits, even really probably late November. But yeah, I want to keep trying to put out stuff for you guys, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon.